Hi all. Right, welcome back. Interaction Kharkov, Soviet Soul, take 2. This will be part 89. Okay, I said I wasn't going to be, I would just look at things off camera, press record, and then we'd go. But yeah, just wanted to just explain what I might be able to do here. I mean, obviously I could burn all the cards, draw the last card, and then play that as an impulse, whatever it might be. And that gives Germans 2 more impulses. Maybe gives me a slight chance of staying alive. I mean, in particular, if it looks like one of my impulses is going to be attacking this, so if I can gain this victory point back. So I did start thinking we've got 2 pop-off cards. Could I make the attack here? And then could I have an impulse in between and have an attack? That's going to give the Germans 3 impulses, remember. So there is that. And I can't really mount a great attack on this. The Partisans card is actually, I would, if this could have been used down here, but these are just broken hexes, can't use it here. I mean, obviously I'm trying to target this one because, mind you, I cannot trace through that hex for supply anyway, Grant. Oh, hold on though, can I not go up and around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, I can't. No, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I mean I can get to the road, but we've got that one sus now that we can't. The road's not any good. Of course, this guy's also going to be marked out of supply as well. There's another thing. And I could possibly get him back in supply by moving that, but that leaves that empty. If I put a unit in there, would that help? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would. It would. So see, there was just more to think about. I mean, I guess I did start thinking of taking this back, but it looks to me like I'm not going to be able to trade supply if I take that unit out. It's going to be too far away. Yeah, that definitely is too far away. However, ending a unit in this hex would enable these guys to trade supply if nothing changed. Or yeah, I mean I could get that around here, but I'm thinking I could keep the first Guards Army card back. So I think we're going to look for probably still 2 impulses, but maybe. See, here's the thing, I can't even have a go at this guy really. I mean, they're 5 strength. So probably still 2 impulses, but it depends on what the last card is. Because if the last card does enable me to activate an air supply event, whether it's air supply on the card or if it's a wild card, like one of the front cards or staff card, then it could end up being a 3 impulse job, unless I decide that that's too risky. So, but the Partisans card is not much use to me. Well, it does depend on what else we do, but it would be of use in here. It's not really that necessary. Right, you know what? This is going to be my first impulse. This is going to be what I'm doing first. Because I might well be keeping back. I might well have I think I'm going to have a pop-up units card and a Guards Army card left in my hand after this impulse. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe the Partisans card. But I don't want to, this is a chance to burn some cards. So you need to be tough about that one, Grant. Okay, right, here we go. Okay, so I think it's going to be that pop-off units card. And I think mainly because this one's got engineers on it. I can always, well, it's got the event engineers on it. I can always use that. I mean, yeah. I could use the combat tactic too, as well. I mean, that NKVD. I don't know. Is it tempting in this battle? But I've got two mobile group pop-off units cards, so if I'm going to do two attacks with them, if I'm going to activate them twice, I need the two cards. NKVD, if attacking, if at least 5 combat hits are drawn, increase German hits by 1. The first 3 hits incurred by the Soviets must be satisfied by step loss. Is that not tempting, Grant, to like make sure on this guy? But I mean, I could, I could use this card to activate them, and use reinforced battle, and then use NKVD and use partisans. I've already said this, all in this battle. And then I could be left with this card in my hand. I could chuck artillery in as well, but I could be left with this card in my hand to activate a first guard unit and get it in here to enable this guy to trade supply. However, with that, it depends on the last card that I draw. But I think this is yeah, here's me. I think this is overkill what I'm doing here, but we've seen what happened the last time. What did we have? 8-1 odds, 7 chip pools maybe, or something ridiculous like that. And I don't think we've done anything. Did we end up with A1 result or something? It was ridiculous. But it can happen, so why not maybe make sure of it? I guess initially I was thinking about activating pop-off units again, coming down, having a go at this guy, and with one of the mechanised units doing a 2-hex advance into here. But that doesn't work because we cannot trace supply from there anyway, so there's not real urgency. We're not going to get that as a victory point. We can get this as a victory point if we put enough into it, and that's maybe why I should be chucking more into this. Yeah, so I was just checking on the numbers there, because if I did use combat engineers, would that make a difference? And no, it wouldn't, because we've got 6 strength in there. These would be the 2 stats we'd be activating, and we'd be attacking here. We'd be reinforcing battle with this stat, so we'd have 21. I'll tell you what, we do need to remember the guys cannot advance after combat, which I think part of my plan was that unit underneath was going to advance, but he wouldn't be able to. I mean, these 2 can, which is certainly what I'd like to do, because that's a point. Can we get him back in supply? Probably not. If they're in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. How can we get a unit in here maybe? Sorry, I know that's off camera. Is it possible at all? Nah. Or there's another one we need to try and rescue. I mean, we could if we got a... Well, there you go. See if we activate first guards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a unit there and put a unit there. Then at least we get these both stacks in supply. Yeah? I mean, it does look like these are going to go, though. They're going to go isolated, aren't they? So we're going to take the victory point back. But taking that victory point, even though temporarily, to get us into the next turn, think about that, Grant. We do have the 6th Army card as well, but most of the 6th Army units are in there. The other 2 are kind of protecting important hexes. So, yeah, I definitely keep back the 1st Guards Army First Guards Army card. I don't know, part of me wants to keep the 3rd Pank Army as well, but what am I going to draw? Well, I don't know. Because of that mud turn, we've not got a clue. Oh, hang on, you could check primary cards. Yeah, they're all here. So it's not a primary card. Nah. Yeah, there's far more to be thinking about here actually. I'm thinking about how about possible anyone units move with this right at the end of the turn into here. I mean, okay, the Germans are going to get one more impulse, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, this is going to be proximate. I did see the possibility of, if we do activate the Popov units twice, but then that's adding more impulses, Grant. That's adding even more. Yeah, I mean, I can see myself having another 4 or 5 impulses to try and work things out, but I don't think that's going to be a clever idea, is it? I mean, I could still have a last impulse if I felt like it was really important to move that unit in there and take a chance, maybe. Okay, so it means you're not really wanting 2 activations to pop off then, Grant. So I think we use this one to activate them. Because first guards are looking good. Activating first guards to get a unit in here, and like I've said, a unit in there. And in actual fact, will that not interfere with that guy? Oh, it will. So that would stop him from being able to get into the Slavansk. That's good then. Okay. Right, let's do that. So I'm going to play that to activate these 2 stacks of Popov units. And they're not going to move. Is that right? Yeah, he can't move anyway. So they're not going to move. Nothing's moving. We're going to attack with this guy into here. And then because we've got a supply unit attacking, we can attack with these guys. And just to show you, these are 2 single step armoured units with 3 strength each. So that is 10 attacking so far. Now, so yeah, I definitely want to reinforce the battle. And reinforce it with this stack here. Select 1 active or inactive stack that did not move or attack. The selected units must be supplied, undispersed, in the same front as a unit in the combat and not adjacent to an active enemy unit. Yeah, moves adjacent to a hex under attack and may split up. Ooh. There's a point. No, it doesn't matter, Grant. It doesn't matter. Just forget about that idea. Yeah, I had this strange idea of getting a Popov unit and trying to bring them down into here, but I've not got them. This guy here, I figured if he advanced after combat 2 hexes into here, or here, and then I realised the stack was full, and that's why I'm thinking I can move these just now. But it doesn't matter, it's the same. So if he's in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot. In fact, that's wrong because I'm moving into broken there. So that's another 2. So I think it's 5, 6 into there. I cannot get them down into here, which is what I was trying to achieve. And again, like I say, that would be another impulse activating Popov units again. So yeah, I'm better just going with the first guards thing, and then the thing is, if we draw an air supply for the last card, this could well turn into 4 impulses. That's a problem. However, it might not be that, and then I need to burn 2 cards. Because what are you going to keep? Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is a stack I'm going to reinforce with. So they're coming. I don't think I want to move. I mean, I could move that guy into there, I suppose, out and in. Is there any advantage to that? I'm going to use the units. I'm going to use the next units card anyway in this battle, so it does kind of put them together though, Grant. But then advance after combat. This guy won't be able to advance because he's reinforced the battle. These two units are going to advance into there. I don't think he's going to bother advancing now. Well, maybe I will then. Maybe I will go out and then with him. And then these just reinforce where they are. They don't move. And I'm alright to do that. It does say I can split them up. Selected units. A reinforcing attacking unit stat moves adjacent to the hex under attack if not already there. And may split up. Ooh, okay. A reinforcing attacking unit stat moves adjacent to the hex under attack if not already there. And may split up. If not already there. Well, they were already there. You know what? I think that is legal, what I just done. But what I'll do is, rather than take any chances, because they are already adjacent, I'm pretty sure I can move that out and in though. Maybe somebody can just confirm that, and I'll just not bother. I'll keep them there just to keep it straight, just in case, and I'll just attack them all from there. But I'm pretty sure I could have moved them out. It's just the word in there. It says if not already there. Moves adjacent to the hex under attack if not already there. Well, they are already there. Does that mean that they can't go out and in? I don't think so. I think it would have been allowed. Right, so now we're boiling down. Right, we're keeping this card. We're definitely keeping this card because it's got a really good use of putting 2 units back in supply. So we're going to play this. We're going to play this as NKVD, right? Now, as long as we've got 5 steps attacking. Sorry, if at least 5 combat chits are drawn. Ooh. See if they drew screen here. I would scream. No, I think I'm probably okay with that. Well, maybe not actually. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'd be alright. Because that's 7 chits alone. Well, that's going to be 8. And like I say, we've got 21 strength to 3. So we've got 71 odds. Let's get this marked up. I've got 71. Let's say there's 6 in there, 4 in there, 10, and then another 11 in here, right? So 21 to 7. 21 to 3 is 71 odds. And chip pools, like we just said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the reinforced battle, 8 for the NKVD. So if they were to screen me, I would drop to 6 and still benefit from the NKVD. Now the downside to the NKVD is, well, the plus side is we increase German hits by 1. Okay, so that's good. We like that. And then the downside is the first 3 hits incurred by the Soviets must be satisfied by step loss. So we can't go and disperse. But the thing with this attack is we're wanting that. We're wanting to get in there. So we want the victory point. So, you know, I'm not so fussed about that. Now, the last part of this puzzle is, do we use the partisans? Do we use this card? We've already said I'm going to keep this. I've got a decent activation for this next turn. I've got 1 more card to draw. If I play this just now, it will mean that at the most I've got 2 more impulses. And the thing is, I think I would use the 2. The problem, I think my worry is, I draw a card that I can air supply, right? So I want to do that, and then I want to do this as well, which I can do, and that would be 2 more impulses. However, if I play this card just now, I cannot then activate any 1 unit. But do I want to allow the Germans all the impulses? I mean, probably not. Yeah, so just double checking about the any one unit move again. If we moved him into there, it needs to be in support, that's okay. As long as the Germans don't spoil that one. And here introduction again. But anyway, if for our final impulse, and bear in mind, the plan is these two first guards units, one goes into here, and then one goes up to here, which is quite important. Their main purpose is to enable supply from this surrounded stack and this surrounded stack, and that would gain them supply no matter what I done here, by the way. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, he would be out of supply unless we advance them twice. Yeah. I'd really like to put that infantry unit down there, I think. I think I can do that. It's just the way it's worded. But I mean, if I'm reinforcing the battle and I was like not adjacent, I would be able to put them, I would be able to split them up. It does say you can split them up. I'm sure I can do that. I'm going to do it then, because I want to do it actually. So he's going to have went out and in, part of the reinforced battle. I've got to remember he cannot advance. Now, please tell me if I've got that wrong. I should be able to fix it again and put it back in there. Although, the temptation, if things go right here, is to advance and advance into there. Well, you know what? If that becomes a problem, I can also double advance into here. No, I wouldn't be able to do that. That's the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. Now, why was the need to reach this hexagram? Right, I was struggling to find out what the reason to get in there was. And what it is because from there at the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, my trace can only reach here, and it can't reach here from there. And if I don't get this unit moved, that would not be enough to trace supply for that unit. Whereas if he was in here or here, but he can't go in there, I've just realised he'd be moving from zone of control to zone of control with the second hex. Unless, no, he's not going to retreat. He can't retreat that way. Right, don't talk rubbish, Grant. So, yeah. Well, yeah. Should I ask the question again? Should I ask another daft question? How many daft questions do you need to ask, Grant? I think the word down with, if not already there, is just meaning that, you know, I don't think it's an instruction that tells you you can't. A reinforcing attacking unit stack moves adjacent to the hex under attack, if not already there. I think that if not already there is just sort of saying, I want to say it's just added in there to, like, you know, make sense maybe. And may split up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a daft question I'm asking. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Although it's one of the ones I don't want to move too far ahead and then find out I maybe do have it wrong and right, okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. Ooh. They're mechanized too, Grant. The problem is I need to leave somebody in the hex. I'm just thinking, I just had a look there, and apart from these guys down here, they've got no hope of getting supply back. These are the only ones that if we don't secure that hex with any one unit move, these are the only ones that would be in there that cannot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They cannot trace to here. So they would not be in supply. And here's me just thinking that, well, you know what, one of them could advance 2 hexes at least. then we're going to have an isolated, well, you're going to have an isolated, well, wait a minute. Yeah, but if I put him in there, then he can't trade supply, Grant. Yeah, that hex cannot get supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can only get to there. It cannot get to here, which is important unless. But you know, I'm thinking to avoid that, giving the Germans one more impulse, is it worth it? You know. So, well, in actual fact, but now we're going to be wanting more stuff. No, wait. No, I can't put them down there. Well, but the same situation is going to happen with this guy, Grant. So you don't want to put him in there at all, do you? Oh, man. Yeah, I think... Let's put this back in here just now. Aye. Because this is a safe hex to trade supply from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 without moving that unit. So is this. But yeah, if we advance into this hex and we get a 2 hex advance, we cannot then advance from there into there. And that's because, I mean, there's no way the path of retreat can go that way. And that's because we'd be moving from being in zone of control to then being in zone of control. So we cannot make that second hex advance into that hex. We could have done it into this hex, but, well, wait a minute, can I not move them into there? Yeah, duh. Move them into there, Grant. Well, hang on, the first guards units are moving out. Yeah, but that's going to be after. Right, if I was to put, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this could work. Right, again, we're playing reinforced battle, right? And this is a stat we're going to reinforce with. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to advance. I'm going to reinforce the battle with this guy, and go 1, 2, breaking zone of control, 3 into here to attack him, and then yeah, because I can move one of them in, and then I'm going to do the same with this guy, and then he's going to stay there and attack. I feel the need to ask the question now because of all this. I just think it's another daft question. Okay, I've actually went away and asked the daft question of the day. I actually do need to take a break right now, though. I didn't realise it was moving on a bit there. Need to get the dogs out again. So that gives some time to maybe get an answer back to my daft question. And I mean, I'll just carry on. I'll just put this on pause just now, but the reason I'm saying is just so that you know I'm away and I might have to come back and refresh my memory on where we are. Okay, but I'll be back soon. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, I just had things on pause there, but that was 2 or 3 hours gone by. So yeah, getting back to this, like I said, I probably have to refresh myself. Well, I did get a reply. Martin said, well, basically he said yes. My question was, the fact that these units are already adjacent, reinforced battle, can I split them up? He says yes. He says he sees it fairly clear in the passage that I quote. So, like I say, maybe I read into these things in a kind of different way, you know. And obviously the bit that was concerning me was the bit that says, if not already there. But he seems to think that's clear. So that could just be that's me reading that in a different way, which I seem to do an awful lot of, don't I? However, he then goes on to quote 10.54 kind of and units already adjacent. He quotes that rule, which I've had to go back and say, Martin, that's when you're moving adjacent to Soviet units. That's where the Germans use. So I mean, unless there's another bit about, but I mean, no, I mean already adjacent. That's yeah. So hopefully he's not completely picking me up wrong. I mean, my guess is he's read the first bit properly and obviously said that he finds what I've quoted clear, and then he's kind of got a bit confused and went off to quote 10.54, unless I'm missing something. But so we're going to take that as a yes, we can do this, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah, let me pause and try and remind myself of what it's all about. Yeah, so this was the reinforcing stack, and we decided to move this guy out and this guy out and in to join the attack from this hex. And the reason being, the reason being that then leaves the two mobile group pop-off units underneath in this hex, able to trace to 1801. This is hex 1801. This is our target for supply. So it does enable them to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Now, and I've got the two first guards units there as well. Now, yeah, that first guards unit would be able to trace down to there as well, but he's got another job to do yet. We're going to play that next turn, and we're going to move this first guards unit 1, 2. Yeah, no, he's got to come down. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4 down to here to get supply for this guy, and then this other one who's not going to be in a zone of control. I am certainly hoping so. 1, 2, 3, 4 into this hex, enabling supply for this guy, and they'll also be they're obviously in supply themselves if they can enable supply for their own units. And then the final part of the puzzle. No, hang on. Yeah, I'm still a space short. I'm at a. Well, there's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah, did I kind of think I was going to get all units? I can only get 2 more units in here. Obviously, my thinking was that once. However, no, I want to leave a unit in there anyway, so somebody's going to have to get left. And yeah, that's right. So, and this is all going on the fact that we're going to budge this guy, hopefully eliminate him. So, but definitely budge him. So then we advance after combat, and to be honest, yeah, we're looking to eliminate him or shove him 2 hexes because we need a 2 hex advance. One of these units is going to 2 hex advance into here, and this unit's going to 2 hex advance into here as well. Then they're all going to be sitting in this hex. We're going to have this one guy in here that's going to have to stay out of supply in the hex, and then the units in this hex are going to be able to trace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for supply as well. So that enables everything apart from these units and the one single unit in there unable to trace supply, and that means we don't need to do any 1 unit move. Well, if we'd done the any 1 unit move, it would enable supply for the guy that ends up in there. So that is the other bit to that. So does that mean that we want to play this Partisan's Carved in, Grant? If you're not going to use the any 1 unit move, what kind of... No, I can't. Ooh, wait a minute. That might be not a terrible idea, Grant. Right. See this unit here, we're going to activate the first guards next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into this hex, enabling supply. Why don't we have an attack on this guy? And it's not really to try and eliminate him or anything like that. It's basically to play... I can't play partisans. Damn. So I can't play partisans. But we don't know the last card we're getting. So if I chuck partisans in here now, right? Okay. Right, let's just, I'm not 100% sure about this yet, but if I chuck partisans in here now, I'm allowed to do it here because this is an attack on a town. Then this is the only card left in my hand, and we have one card left in our draw pile. We don't know what that is. We have no idea what it is. Then next impulse, let's hope all goes well, this guy's eliminated. Or at least retreats to here or something. Next impulse, we activate these guys. We get them into the place that I said. This guy's going into here, this guy's going into here. Now remember, we're going to have that unknown card in our hand as well. We then make an attack on this unit. Now, this is only based on what the card does. Because if the card does not enable me to... does not give me the option of air supply, basically I think that's the only thing that I'm looking for. If it was to give me an option of air supply, then I would have another impulse and play it. If it doesn't give me that, then have an attack on this and use the card as a combat tactic. And then that means the Germans are only going to get... They're going to get an impulse after this, and then they're going to get another impulse. If I draw an air supply, they are going to get a third impulse. That sounds like a plan, eh? Yeah, because keeping... I mean, I can't play partisans on that at all, can I? I can't even play it for a combat tactic. Ship pool, can I? Because I think it says... May be applied only if the defenders are in a woods, town or city hex. So I can't use it. That's rotten, isn't it? Well, hang on, Grant. Could you use NKVD? No, I need to be drawing 5 chip pools to use that. Huh. And I wouldn't be doing that. Well, wait. We could switch these cards across and keep combat engineers. That's worth a thought, because combat engineers would give me... What does it... Does it not give you 2 extra strength for the Soviets attacking? Add 1? No, it's just 1. But remember, we're going to be 41 on this guy. He's only 1 strength. I mean, there's risks if things went horribly wrong and we had to take like 2 step losses. You know, because I mean they're still gonna get to draw a combat tactic if he draws a reinforced battle and these 2 units come in or something. Yeah, so there's a slight risk with that one. Yeah, what is it? Add 1 to attacker's combat strength to remove an IP. It stops him from playing combat engineers as well. It wouldn't be removing any IPs, so it would turn 4-1 into 5-1, but it would also give an extra chip pool. But hold on here, Grant, though. If I do that and I draw an air supply, then I'm forced into that combat, and I might not necessarily want to risk that combat if we draw the air supply. Wow, you go far too deep into this, Grant. Okay, let's work out if we switch this for this and we didn't play combat engineer. So we're taking that combat tactic away, basically. we're switching it for that, and we're taking that one away, but it's the same sort of thing. So we would have NKVD was giving us an extra chip pool. That's, well, not just that, but it was giving an extra hat. So something to think about. However, Partisans is really good. Remember, Partisans does something similar. Maybe applied only if the defender's in the woods, town or city. Well, we're in a town. After determining combat hits, reduce hits incurred by the Soviets by 1, or increase hits incurred by the Germans by 1, your choice. And if it's in a city, we can do both, but it's not in a city, so we would be able to do 1, give him a hit, or take a hit away. And that's pretty good. So that would be the same. It'd still be 71 odds, it'd still be 8 chip pools. We could still, and we're not having that issue with having to take hits. We could, well, I've already said we're not going to disperse anyway, so that is irrelevant. And then if we draw a card that is another combat tactic, and it's not an air supply, we can chuck 2 combat tactics in on this last battle. Assuming we don't get the same one or something like that. That would be horrible, wouldn't it? Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't take the chance for that. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a risk with this. So I'm just going to change this about. So we're going to use this card to do this activation. I'll put these numbers back. I'm going to double check these because we are. And then what we're going to do is we're not going to play this at all. We're going to keep this in our hand. I hope this doesn't mess things up. But right, so, and then we're going to play the Partisans for sure. Now, I don't think I added the combat tactic on for the Partisans anyway. So I think the numbers are still the same. So we'll just check. We've still got 21 to 3. Right, I don't need to count that. Remember, this unit underneath that stack is not part of the combat. He's not tilted sideways, so he's not involved. So 4, 8, 12, 18, 21. 21 to 3. So it is 71 odds. Chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 for the reinforced battle. 8 for the Partisans. So that's correct. The numbers are right. Yeah. And then going to do this next turn, and depending on what the third card is, the last card. Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be good to know what the last card was, but we don't know, but okay, let's do this. Right, the Germans still get to draw a combat tactic, Grant. So yeah, let's go and see what that's going to be. Right, I think we're good for this. 71 odds, 8 chip. Right, let's go. Let's get a German combat tactic then, and pray it's not going to do too much damage. Here we go. Oh man. Well, yeah, I mean, come on, Grant, come on. This is good, isn't it? This is good. We didn't want to be drawing this. Air supply. No, that's only on turn 4 and 5. I almost got caught with that before, didn't I? I'm just looking at what would have happened. Okay, so, I mean, okay, it's bad, but it's good, I think. I think we're going to accept that we wouldn't like to have been drawing this as a German impulse. So, they are, however, going to get, I mean, obviously assault coordination does not count. They are going to get air power and artillery. And now we're really hoping that they don't come up. I think I'm quite glad I didn't play the NKVD now. Just in case. Because if we start to see a load of air power and artillery chits here, it could be painful. Although, if we budge the guy, we're probably going to have to take the pain get the point. To get the point. Right. Okay. So it does apply air power and artillery. I'll just put that up there so I've got a space for my chits, but it's on the side there. I will keep it in mind. Now partisans is really good though, so we need to keep in mind of that. That basically allows us to either add a chit, add a hit to them, or take a hit away from us, isn't it? Because it's in a town. Reduce hits incurred by the Soviets by 1, or increase hits incurred by the Germans by 1. My choice. And that's after determining combat hits. Okay, good. Right, here we go. Big finish to the turn then. Well, we're not quite finished, but yeah. Right, space to have a wee chip pool in there. You can see everything. I'll get the chips along the side there. So what is he? He's armoured. He's in a town. We do have armour. Well, flanking's not happening. It's all about the odds again, but well, have we got chits set aside? Yeah, it's quite a lot. I can't remember what we've been through recently. I've been through a lot of odds chits or whatever. Oh, Grant, just get on with it. Right, so 2 minimum, and we want, well, we want. It's D5 to eliminate them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's D5 to eliminate them, so that's asking a lot. And bear in mind, he does have, although he's retreating into a zone of control, he does have a friendly unit adjacent, so he won't incur a step loss on the first retreat. So D5 eliminates him. However, ideally we want him retreating twice so that we can get a 2 hex advance. So we want 1, 2, 3. We want D3 on him. That's our priority. And remember, we've got one already from partisans. So D3. That's what we want. So, well, in actual fact, we want D2. That's all we need. Yeah, well, I hope it doesn't go at the same time the last battle we had here anyway, because that would not have done any D2 nonsense. Right, let's get the chits across. Let's get ready for this. This is a big one. I might go and open up a beer, actually. Is it too early yet? What does it say? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, eh? Give me a sec. To be honest, it's almost 5 o'clock here. It's 4:30. So, well, I'll allow ourselves it. Okay. Right, here we go. So minimum of 2 and a maximum of 8. Right, here we go. Look at that. Look at the first chip. Look at it. Yes. That's what we want. What's the then? Right, and you need a minimum of 2, Grant. But sorry, I got excited there. I shouldn't get excited too quick. Dispersant supplied on the front side, and I thought, oh no, is it defender adjacent? And it is. And that's a bad one. A1, D minus 1 as well. Right, okay. I'm sure we're going all in, aren't we? Okay, it means 7. Yeah, no. If you hadn't got that defender adjacent, I might have considered just 7. But no, I'm going all in. We're getting 8 chits here. Right, so here we go. I'll probably stop somewhere along the line. Oh, please don't do this to me. Don't do it. Defender artillery. Right, keep going, Grant. Oh, I was panicking when I seen that one, but I think when you see that, it means there's not going to be town or city on it, and that's the front side. It's dispersed unsupplied on the back, so it doesn't count. Right, 4 to go, but we're sitting at A1 right now. Yeah, we've got the partisans to take into account, but great starting shit, but nothing since then. So come on, we need some more. Come on. Oh, how many times have I had this? We're sitting at 7 to 1. Look, 8 to 1. And you think, okay, well, give me a 4 to 1 or a 5 to 1 for something less than 3 to 1 on the back. Doesn't count. No. Right, the next 3 you need to do something. Oh, you're not going to believe this one. Attacker command 3, 4, or 5, right? And this gets worse. There's our command card. a 1. What do you think's on the back of this? Oh, sorry, I don't know if you can see that or not. Attacker command 1. And you know what makes it worse? You know the card that we were using to activate the pop-off units card was a 2. Oh man, I can't catch a break now. I thought we were the D2 from the 5 to 1 to start with. I thought this is it. Right, well, I mean, at least that was only an A1. I say, you know, only an A1, but I need to get D2 still so I can use my partisans to get him out of there. Right, so I've got 2 to come, and they really need to add up to D2. I should have left the beer in the can. Right, that's replenished shit. That's probably replenishing far too late. Defender artillery again. Another hit to us. That's hopeless. So, 1 to come. There we go. What's the name of this town? Krasnormysk. Krasnormysk. That's the best I'm coming up with. Yeah, I'm not going to visit that town anyway. Wow. Because even as I was pulling that last chit, I thought you could still get a 7 to 1 with D2 on it, Grant, maybe. Or there was a 5 to 1 with D2 to start with. Nah. Look at that. And you know what? We're using our partisans to take a hit off of us. Because it's just devastated the end of the turn there. I was getting all excited, thought, surely I'm going to get something, surely I'm going to budge that guy. I mean, even just budge him 1 hex. And with the partisans, I mean, if I'd used the NKVD as well there, well, you know what? Nah, that wouldn't help, would it? Because remember, he's got 1. Yeah, so if I'd had the NKVD in here as well, we would have been having to take all our hits. Whereas the thing is, I can't disperse. Anyway, can I? I can't. I need to keep the first guards units, but now I can't. 1, 2, 3. I can't get up to here. Three artillery chats. That was cruel. I mean, all that planning, and now I can't do half it. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do now. Okay, let's tidy some of this up. What have we got? We've got. I'll start with. that was the only chat. The only chat that was beneficial to me, obviously. So that's D2, but 2 D minuses, so no hits to them at all. We do have partisans. And 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to us. So there we go. 4 hits to us. 7 to 1 odds, 8 chip pools, yeah. And yeah, there's absolutely no reason to use the partisans to put a hit on them because they're in a town. So, well, maybe I'm as well dispersing now. Well, at least having D3 is a better disperse option than D4. So I'm going to use the partisans to remove the hit from ourselves. And I'll tidy the chits up and we'll work out what we're doing with the rest. Okay. So all the plans about advancing and all that nonsense are rubbished. Was this hex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? So this hex can trace supply. However, this is where we might be able to consider the any one unit move now and try and move this guy into here so that then we can right. Now this guy could still get down to here though, can't he? 1, 2, 3. Well, one of the guys can get down to here, but this is assuming, because then I'm taking 3 hits, mind. I can't disperse if I'm going to do that, but I can't get up to here. Which also means that I'm sitting with a combat engineer's combat tactic in my hand that I'm not going to be able to use unless I make an attack on this. Right, so, well, if I'm taking the hits, where would they go? Well, the first one's got to go on no 3 steps. What is that? That's infantry as well. So it would have to go on this guy, because these are only single steps. So this guy would have to take a hit. He's got a replacement kit now. Oh no, he's been replaced. So what does he drop to? Well, he drops to a 3. So that would be our first hit. And then it would need to be probably the Popov unit there, and then one of the first guards units. Can't believe that. Just budge him 1 hex. That's all we needed. Because now we've not got the victory point as well here. So we're still sitting at 17. We can only lose 1 more. Whereas that would have gave us a little bit of breathing space. And I might be forced into an extra impulse here that I don't want to take. I still think, unless I scrap the idea of the first guards. Oh, wait a minute. This was the other card we kept. Although we can't do that next impulse, we could do it. We could do it in what hopefully could be the last impulse. Activate mobile group Popov units again, and not have an attack on that, Grant. It's just this guy could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get to this hex we wanted, and then one of the other mobile group Popov units in this stack could go 1, 2, breaking zone of control, 3, 4 into here. Yeah, we could still have this same attack. Well, in actual fact, oh no. It's not mechanized, that other unit, is it? No, damn it. So the infantry 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot come along to help there. It's just, remember he's going to be a 3 strength because we're going to have to take a hit on him. So it'd be 3 to 1 and we'd be applying artillery as a combat tactic. This is dependent on the last card, admittedly. It still looks like I should be taking the hits here though, rather than dispersing. And then also, what did we say? Did we say the 2 hexes were safe? Yes. So also that would get this guy in a supply bit. And it would just mean these 2 units, whereas we were having 1 out of supply. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going with that. So we've took our partisans hit off. We've got 3 hits to take. We're going to take them. So that's going to be the first one on the armoured unit. Yeah, we take the second one on this Popov unit. And Right, which does it matter? Well, it doesn't look like we're going to move the first guards now anyway. Of course, we've got a card to draw, so just make sure you get this one right. Well, either one can move down to here anyway, can't it? So it doesn't really matter. So we'll just take it on that guy. So that was 1, 2, 3 hits, wasn't it? The armoured unit, the Popov infantry, and the first guards infantry. That's our 3 hits. That was terrible. Not nice. Yeah, well, that's it. Right, I'll tidy the... Well, we might as well just draw the last card and find out what it is. Yeah, I mean, again, if it's a combat tactic we can use, we could still do something similar to what we were just talking about. It does look like it's not going to be terrible. We're still going to be that 1 victory point short, which actually means we only want to take 1 more impulse. If we give the Germans another, I mean, they're going to get 1, they're going to get 2 turns anyway, they're going to get 2 impulses. If we give them a 3rd impulse, I think that could be the straw that's going to break the camel's back, I think. It's going to be too much. Right, let's draw this last card and find out what it is. Here we go. Right, have I done everything before I do? I think so. Yeah, we took up all the hits. There's no advancing, no retreating. So yeah, right, okay, let's see what we get. Here we go. Okay. Well, it's air power, which is well, in actual fact, if you're going to do any of them, it'll be maybe you're using that to activate, and you'll get. Oh, don't Grant, don't think about it. Starting to think about another attack. And now hold on, we've got to have an impulse in between. Yeah, why did I not click to that one? Yeah, that doesn't work, yeah. So we've got Mobile Group Pop-Off activated. We cannot activate them next turn. We've got 2 cards with the words Mobile Group Pop-Off on it. Yeah, so that means we've got to have 2 more impulses, isn't it? Unless we activate first guards and make an attack on. Oh, could we? No. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I was forgetting about. We were going to have an impulse in between. Of course, I mean, I was thinking we were doing the first guards, and then that would have been the chance of the last impulse. Because right now, if things had happened the way they had, I would have been activating first guards, and we would have been chucking combat engineers and air power into the attack there. So now we're going to have to just sit and wait what the Germans have to draw. I mean, 1+ says they're not drawing that. So there is that. Okay, I'll get tidied up here, and I'll get this one copied across. But I've still got time just now, so I'm going to come back and find out what this. Well, it looks like it must be probably the 3rd last impulse of the Germans, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can. Well, we certainly can't use the Popov cards to activate any Popov units next turn. It is possible I could burn the 3 cards, but it's going to be a terrible impulse. Right, okay, I'll be back with that when I get this copied across. Okay, cheers guys.